Ever feel like success, especially online, is some kind of magic trick?
Yeah.
Today, we're diving deep into Deceptive Success,
No.
The Mastermind by Naveen Milani,
Oh, yeah.
to see how deep that illusion really goes.
Right.
We've got some excerpts from an ebook review to guide us.
And you picked the perfect time for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this book, it's not just some fictional thriller.
Right.
It's like a guidebook, practically,
Mm-hmm.
for navigating this world where, the lines between reality and online personas, even AI, are getting, like, totally blurred.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into it. The book throws us into the world of Zymir Zurcher,
Okay.
aspiring actor, crazy ambitious, wants to be a household name. Seems like the usual, right?
Yeah, pretty standard stuff at first.
But then it gets interesting.
Oh, yeah. Zymir, he learns pretty quickly that talent will only get you so far.
Right.
And there's this, like, pivotal moment he has on, get this, a reality TV show.
Oh, wow.
Ironically, that's where he really learns how to manipulate perception,
Yeah.
how to play the fame game.
Talk about meta. So he's learning how to game the system from the inside.
Exactly.
What I find fascinating is that the book doesn't just tell us, oh,Zymir's manipulative. It breaks it down, his whole strategy.
Right.
6 principles of persuasion that he masters. It's like he weaponizes psychology. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And that's where Deceptive Success goes from entertaining to seriously thought-provoking.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
It makes you think.
For example, let's take the principle of scarcity.
Okay.
Zymir, he understands that the more exclusive something seems,
Yeah.
the more people want it.
Okay, I'm saying that it's like limited edition sneakers or those apps, the ones you need an invite for.
Yes.
Suddenly, everyone's dying to get in.
Exactly. And Zymir, he uses this tactic brilliantly.
How so?
He leaks details about his projects, but strategically makes them seem super exclusive,
Even if they aren't.
even if they aren't quite there yet.
Wow.
It's all about creating buzz, that sense of urgency.
And people fall for it. Come on, are we that predictable?
Well, we humans, we're social creatures, right? We crave what feels scarce, what feels exclusive.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And Zymir, he understands how to exploit those tendencies.
So we've got Zymir, our master manipulator, climbing the ladder of success. But there's another key player in this whole thing, right?
Right.
Vryli Walker.
Yes, Vryli.
She seems like the only one who sees through his facade.
She's crucial to this story, Vryli, the journalist.
Yeah.
She represents this vital balance, healthy skepticism.
Okay.
In a world where we're just bombarded with information constantly, a lot of it curated, even fabricated.
Right.
We need Vryli's discerning eye now more than ever.
It's like that friend who, calls you out when you're about to fall for some too good to be true online deal.
Exactly.
But in this case, it's not just a deal, it's Zymir's entire persona. What I love about Vryli is she's relentless.
Oh, yeah.
She starts digging, uncovers all these inconsistencies, these little hints of manipulation.
And that's where the book really gets at the importance of critical thinking.
Okay.
Vryli, she doesn't just accept things at face value, She questions the narrative, she follows the digital breadcrumbs, and she starts to see how he's pulling the strings.
Okay, but Zymir's good. Like, really good at crafting this image. How does she even stand a chance? What's her game plan?
Vryli's superpower, it's her persistence.
Yeah.
She gets it. She understands how powerful information is.
Yeah.
Especially in a world that's, like, increasingly driven by these narratives.
Right.
She's like a detective, piecing together this puzzle, following the trail of Zymir's manipulations.
But Zymir's practically a magician, right? With how he crafts this whole image. Doesn't she hit a wall at some point? Like, how do you actually prove someone is intentionally being inauthentic?
And that is where things get really interesting. Remember those 6 principles of persuasion that Zymir uses?
Yeah.
Like, he's got them down, Pat. Well, Vryli, she starts using them against him.
Oh, wow.
Strategically leaking her findings to, like, expose his whole playbook.
Whoa. It's like psychological warfare.
Totally.
But does it work?
Oh, it works,
Okay.
but not how you might think.
What do you mean?
So Vryli publishes this massive expose, right?
Right.
Lays bare his whole calculated climb to fame.
Yeah.
And for a minute, it really seems like he's done.
Right.
But then the book takes this crazy turn.
Okay, you have to tell me, what could he possibly do at that point? It's like his career is toast.
And this is where Zymir's understanding of, like, public perception,
Yeah.
how we crave these stories, even if they're messy.
Right.
That's what comes into play. He doesn't deny anything. He
Really?
leans into it.
Wait, what? He admits to everything.
He does.
Wow.
But he frames it all as this, like, grand social experiment.
Ugh.
All a commentary on the nature of fame, you see.
That's actually kind of genius, though.
Right.
Playing the victim, turning the tables.
Exactly.
Did people buy it?
It's a brilliant maneuver.
Uh.
And yeah, people totally bought it. Like, the book portrays this crazy shift in public opinion. People are fascinated, even impressed by his audacity, you know?
Yeah, it's like, you got me again.
Right. He goes from being condemned to being celebrated for his honesty.
Even if it was all calculated.
Even if that honesty was just another layer of the game.
This is blowing my mind. He's
Yep.
like a master chess player, always thinking 10 steps ahead.
Oh, absolutely.
But here's what I don't get. There's this whole technological thing, right? Like, the ebook review mentions something about AI.
Here's the big reveal. Throughout this whole book, Zymir's secret weapon, it's this crazy, advanced generative AI.
Okay, hold on. So it wasn't just him pulling off these insane manipulations.
Not entirely, no.
He had AI pulling strings in the background.
In a way, yeah. The book describes how this AI system helps him strategize, analyze information, like predict outcomes.
Wow.
It even helped him anticipate how people would react to his every move.
This is straight out of a sci-fi thriller. I mean, are we even sure this kind of tech is possible? It all seems a little too good to be true. It's like we're all playing this game, but we don't even know all the rules.
Right.
And someone like Zymir is over there with his AI rewriting the whole rule book.
It's a good point. And this is where the book goes from, okay, that's a good story, to, wait a minute, is this a glimpse into our future?
It is kind of terrifying to think about. Yeah.
But even with this super advanced AI, Zymir still struggles, right?
Yeah.
Like with how empty his success feels.
Yeah.
There's got to be a cost to all that manipulation.
Exactly. And the book, it doesn't shy away from showing that emotional toll. You know, he gets the fame, the influence, everything he thought he wanted,
Yeah.
but he loses those genuine connections, real relationships.
It makes you wonder, what Aya's success, if it's built on like a lie,
Mm-hmm.
even if that lie is like perfectly crafted with AI.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, if Zymir represents what happens when ambition and tech go unchecked,
Mm-hmm.
what about Vryli?
What about her?
What can we learn from her, especially as AI gets better and better at blurring the lines between fact and fiction?
I think Vryli's story is this powerful reminder that even with all this sophisticated manipulation, you know,
Yeah.
human discernment, it's crucial. We can't just switch off our brains and let the algorithms do the thinking for us.
Exactly. She embodies critical thinking in action. Like, she doesn't just accept what's being fed to her, whether by Zymir or, by the algorithms shaping our online experiences every day.
Right.
She digs deeper, she questions, and ultimately, she exposes the truth.
So it's not enough to just be like, oh, AI is scary. We need that really level skepticism for all information, right?
Absolutely.
We got to ask ourselves, who wants me to believe this? Why?
Yes, those are the questions.
What are the motivations behind what I'm reading, what I'm watching, even what I'm listening to?
Those skills, that critical thinking, it's more important now than ever, and Deceptive Success, it just throws you right into that dilemma.
It's a great story, but it's definitely a wake-up call. We're all being influenced, shaped by narratives, some created by people, some by algorithms.
That's the world we live in now.
So to wrap things up, what's the big question, the thought-provoking one you'd leave our listener with about deceptive success and this whole AI manipulation thing?
Well, the book, it ends with Zymir, reflecting on his journey.
Okay.
And he realizes, even with all this control he thought he had, he was actually a prisoner.
A prisoner of what?
His own desires.
Wow.
So the question I leave with your listeners is this. If our online personas, and by extension, the AI we interact with, if it's all just a reflection of our desires,
Okay.
what does that say about us?
Whoa.
What does that reflection really reveal about who we are?
It's like holding up a mirror to our digital lives. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive.
It has been fascinating.
Deceptive Success, the mastermind. It's a wild ride. Makes you think about fame, ambition, and this whole AI landscape in ways you probably haven't before. I'd say it's a must-read for anyone who wants to navigate our world, with their eyes wide open.
Couldn't agree more.